What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. It is 5 in the morning. I usually get up at about 4:15, 4:30 in the morning to get ready and then head out to the studio so I can start getting ready for the day, because Mondays and Tuesdays is usually the busiest days of the week because we're preparing for the week. We're shooting a lot of content. Got multiple different people that usually flies in. And then you also got to meet expectations as far as having conversations with overseas developers for the company. So I do have overseas developers that work for me, and they're on the complete opposite time as me. So, that's another reason why I get up super early in the morning. I'm sitting here on my bike. A lot of people not even familiar with my bike. Let me show you what my bike looks like. That's what my bike looks like. It's pretty dope. All right. So, that is what my pedal bike looks like. It's an e-bike, and I got the speedometer and all of the miles and stuff like that right here, and it's awesome. It's a super dope bike. But I am in Campus Martius at around 5 o'clock in the morning. You can see the fountain. Also, that's where they do movies in the park right here, right up across from Campus Martius, where they got StockX and the Sugar Factory and all of that. And it's really awesome. It's really, really awesome. It's also beautiful to see what it looks like when nobody is here, because in the daytime it's super busy. You usually have food trucks over there, coffee shop over there, the Chase building, Ernest Young, I think that's the name of the building. And then Greektown is down there, over there where Greektown Casino is over there. So this is pretty awesome to just get my thoughts off, and a lot of times just be able to chill and have conversations with you guys. Let me also encourage you guys to tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. And then also on top of that, Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. That link is in the description also. Ladies, get it for the fellas. Fellas, don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. We're going to be doing a meetup in Houston. That's only for Patreon members exclusively. And I can't wait to meet y'all and kick it with y'all in person. But the thing that I want to talk to you guys about before we go into the office and really get it popping and get super busy to where we just go, is beef and going back into the past. Now, let's address the whole idea behind beef. I hate beef. I hate getting angry at people, and I am not currently in any beefs, all right? So I want to just make sure that we're very, very clear about that. Even when you have disagreements, that don't necessarily be beef. And even when you have miscommunication, it's not necessarily beef. It's really just that, miscommunication, and sometimes misunderstandings. But beef is a whole nother concept. So I want people to really understand that I have no ill will and no negative feelings or sentiments towards people. When you get past a certain age, that stuff is old, because the goal getting out of the hood and the goal growing up was to get to this point in life to where you can enjoy life. Things are awesome. You want to be able to ride your bike and have fun, and you do all of the things that make you happy, versus giving energy or negativity to things that don't necessarily add value into your life. So if you ever dealing with something where you feel like it is putting you in a negative space, and this is not directed towards anything or anyone in particular, that's a fact. But if you ever dealing with something to where it's drawing you into a negative space, or it consistently, and this could be a girl, right? It could be a chick that you're talking to. It could be a circle that you're surrounded by. It could be a job that you in. It can be an environment that you continue to subject yourself to. You got to remove yourself, and you got to surround yourself with things that make you or put you in a better space that allow for you to be a more complete human being. You see what I'm saying? You are the sum total of the people that you surround yourself with. And so you're going to evolve throughout your life, and you're going to see things, and you're going to go through things. It kind of reminds me of high school. When I think about high school, when I think about a lot of times when you run into people that are only focused on how great they was in high school, it's like, so you telling me that was like your apex? That was the top of where you was at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to my high school reunion one time. I went to my 10-year high school reunion. And it was cool running into everybody. But then after that, like, man, I'm not going to all of the meetups. I'm not going to no 20-year. I'm not doing none of that because, and it's not that the people aren't cool or whatever like that, but especially when you talk about this social media era, you already can see where I'm at. You can see what I'm doing every single day. A lot of people already know what's happening with me. I know, or I keep in touch with the people that I'm really, really cool with, or the people that I've been friends with since high school, or even all the way down to kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? And it's because we are equally yoked and we going into the same direction. Sometimes people are only there in your life for that time, and that time is awesome, but you don't have to always relive it. You don't always have to go back to it because you're going and you're growing. Both of y'all are growing in two different directions. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that what people don't understand a lot of times, especially when you get older, and I'm going to assume that a lot of people is of mixed ages. I looked at my demographics. We study them every month because we also got to submit them to the sponsors and stuff. But I looked at my demographic, and my demographic go all the way from maybe like 18, 20 up to like 54, majority men. And so when I speak to the majority of the audience that is resonating or following the content. I don't speak in general just to the general sentiment of people. Now, it can be applied for everybody, but my whole point is that growth is good. Growth is good. For me, specifically, if you notice, I never, ever am looking to go backwards or taking 200 steps backwards just to recapture a feeling and I certainly, and this is really, really the biggest thing, I never do what people tell me I'm supposed to do. I do what I think makes the most sense as far as the direction that God is leading me in. And like I said, sometimes you link up with people or sometimes you go, and it's an awesome thing. It's an awesome thing. I'm not going to try to go back into something for money. I'm not going to try to do something. Like, I don't even want to go back to previous jobs. I could amicably split from a job, and I never leave a job on bad blood or in a bad space, and I never feel a certain type of way with that job. But I'm going to just tell you, honest to God, there is nothing in my life that I feel like, or I look back in the past and I say, man, I want to go back to that, or man, I want to recapture that. I'm not interested in that. It ain't a job that I'd have never been to that I'm saying, yo, I want to go back to that because I'm so focused on where I'm going instead of where I come from. It ain't a woman or a hoe that I done dealt with where I'm like, man, man, that was a great, no, she was there for a moment and she was there and we had a great time and now it's time to move on from her. You know what I'm saying? The only things I like old is money and classic cars. That's it. But I prefer new money more than I prefer old money. And I prefer newer cars more than I prefer the classics. I drive the new ones, but I look at the classics and sometimes I pull it out and it's a nice thing. And then I get into it and I'm like, damn, these windows is different to try to roll up. Or I got to get this check engine light. Nah. I like all of my shit new. I like growth. And just because you like new and you like growth does not mean that you don't want everybody else to win. I want everybody to win. I want people to be successful and whatever it is that they're successful at. But I'm always going to be searching for new. I'm always going to be searching for growth. And when people grow, it doesn't mean that they have to beef. It just means that they grow in two different directions. Now, of course, you know, this is the internet, so people are messy, and so they always take it to mean something else or whatever like that. It doesn't. Genuinely in my heart, it doesn't. It just means that I got people in my own family that I grew up with. When we see each other, it's love. But am I checking for every single person that I used to rock with in my past? Absolutely not, because I'm too focused on my future. I'm focused on living life. And I think that when you get past a certain age sometimes, for some of us, not all of us, there's a lot of us that still live in our past. When you get past a certain age sometimes, you realize that life is too short to be focused on any kind of negativity as far as trying to have problems with people. And life is too short to be doing what everybody else tell you to do. I am 1,000% focused on growth. I'm 1,000% focused on enjoying life. And Next year, I'm going to have newer cars and I'm going to have newer growth. This year, I'm going to continue to trend in a positive direction. It's funny because even when I look at my numbers continue to evolve and grow. It's all about slow growth, progress, and continuing to push yourself to be successful. That's what life is about for me. So that's my message for the morning. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all focused on growth. I hope y'all focused on new money. And I hope y'all focused on balling and getting to it. That's what life is about. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all for the Millionaire Morning Show. We rock out with that at around between 7:15, 7:30 Eastern. So adjust for your time zone. And we're going to have a great week. I got a lot of dope stuff coming in. I got my homegirl Mika flying in. I got some friends flying in. I got a whole lot of stuff that I'm working on. And we got some pre-recorded shows that we're doing for this channel in particular that I really enjoyed. We piloted them a couple of weeks ago, and now we about to go full-fledged now that we're able to look at the analytics and the statistics, and we see the opportunities that's in that. Even when it comes to this platform, I want to grow, and I don't even care about like what other people think. I want to grow in a certain direction, and I want to continue to evolve, and I don't want to be the same person that I was yesteryear. And I love you guys. I absolutely do. Thank y'all for continuing to rock with me. Again, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. And then Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order plus a free gift. Plus 20% off for life. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. See y'all today.